All right, guys, continuing on. So if you are continuing on with this video from the fifth wheel tow prep package install, guys, the only thing I haven't installed is the plastic rings. I'm getting my bed sprayed, then I will install them. I don't want them to take them out. These are really not made to come out multiple times, but these are the rings to make it look pretty, and the little caps to put in there to not fill with debris when you're not using your hitch. But we are going to start now with the 7-pin. The 7-pin's pretty easy. I will go through every step, tell you everything that you need. So if you don't want to print out the instructions, which I will put a link down in the description, because when you buy this kit, you get a QR code inside and you're supposed to scan it on how to do it. Now this says 17 and up because although it says 23 on their website, when you print it out, it is the same exact instructions. So you will not get this template, and by gosh, you sure do need it. So first things first, we need to trim this edge off with a pair of scissors. You're gonna need some painter's tape for it, and then we're gonna get going. Now you will have a link down below to do these instructions, but if you don't want to, you can stop, pause, and do this with just this video, guys. All right, once you trim it, guys, you can see right here, it says bed to floor seam here, tailgate corner seam, which is right there. So we can see where our center of our holes are going to be and the taps. Now this is mainly and only to diagram that you're going to need a 2 1/8 hole saw, which I will put a link down in the description to a great cheap set that will last you through many of the jobs past this. And then 4 11/32 drill bit holes that we're going to need to drill. So what you're going to need is one of these handy dandy starters. Find the center of the hole. And what that's going to do is going to mark it just like they did on the floor. And that shit is loud. So I'm going to pause this and we're going to do the other two. After you punch those little starting points, this is where we can stop, take the diagram off, and then we can actually drill our holes. So we will set up our hole saw. Now, if you don't have a 11/32 drill bit, 5/16 will work. Now, I will tell you this, guys, drilling these pilot holes with a smaller bit, you don't have to worry about overextension to the outside of the bed. If you're using a longer bit, like the 5/16 was, make sure you use a little bit of push-pull, like you're pushing lightly, go slow, because you don't want to go through it and hit the outside of the bed and dimple the outside of the bed. Same thing with the hole saw thing. You don't want to have a overextension of that, and because you can see that the drill itself with the hole saw will fit all the way through that hole, and you do not want to dimple the outside of the bed. So just go slow, kind of on the trigger, off the trigger, on the trigger, off the trigger, go through there. We're going to deburr this again with the file, clean it up, and because this is going to be, they're going to pull this off anyway. I'm not going to worry about finishing that because they're going to pull that off to do the bed liner. So they're going to actually spray in there and it's going to be good. So from there, guys, it's going to be pretty simple. These little bad boys are going to give you 4 of them. You're going to clip them around the hole, and that's how that's going to go in there. You're going to do the same thing 4 times. They'll clip in those holes, okay? So now I'm going to put the other 2 in. Then from there, you're going to need to climb underneath there and shove it up under. Now, if you are continuing on with your puck install video, then you'll already have the spare tire out. You will probably need to drop it to access the wiring where we're going to plug this in. But what we're now going to do is plug this bad boy into that, and then we're going to use this. We'll grab a small socket wrench and get this turned to actually attach that to this. Now underneath it, guys, there is a tree that's already attached to the new wiring. That's going to go in that small hole right here. This oval shaped one's going to go in this upper hole here, and then this is going to go up and over the frame rail there. Again, you're going to want to remove your spare tire if you're just doing the 7-pin install. Now once we have the wire kind of attached down there, like I told you guys, I will tell you this is a 7mm. So I got my small socket here. We are going to get this now bolted up tight. All right, guys, this is plastic. Don't over tighten those 7mm. Get them snug and get them good. Now, if you guys notice, I actually forgot to put on my cool little surround. So we're going to take that back off. Don't forget that step, guys. Otherwise, you kind of look like you missed a step, which I did. All right, voila. Now it's on, guys. We're good there. When you clean up the metal shavings, like I've warned you before, they are sharp, they are pokey. Do not brush them up with your hand. Get your shop vac out. Guys, if you don't have a shop vac, I'll put a link down below to a super cheap one. I've had it before. I actually gave it away because I upgraded my vacuum at some point. But it's a cheap one. You got to have a wet dry vac in your garage to clean out your car, suck up metal shavings. Now we're ready to get underneath the truck. All right, guys, so once we get underneath the truck again, this harness needs to go on the opposite side. Over here, we're going to put it over the back side of that. All right, next, the harness we just installed on the truck, it needs to be plugged in to the back of the 7-pin on the truck. The one that's from the truck that we already disconnected right here, that one is going to be plugged in to this other one. So, see, the long shiny one goes into the one from the truck. The new one from our exterior 7-pin up in the bed is going to clip here. Now, when you do clip this one back together, make sure you clip it and then snap this plastic ring down for the full fit. All right, guys, from there, they give you plenty of zip ties. You're going to stick up the extra up in the back of there, and that is the install of your 7-pin. So that's the end of that, guys. And I have the tailgate off. It's self-explanatory how to take the spare out, so you can do that if you want to clip these off, which I will here in a minute. That is all you need to do for your 7-pin. So, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe and see you on the next one. And guys that are doing the wrap-up on the puck install, let's keep on trucking. All right, guys, so we're keeping on going from, we just wrapped up putting in the 7-pin. Now that we're underneath here, before we put the spare tire back up, we are going to reattach our wire harness. So again, it's pretty much self-explanatory. The Christmas trees will go back in the same holes in which they came. So let's get that buttoned up. All right, so those are gonna go back over. Once you start pushing this in, this will start flipping back over. Once you shove it in all the way, you'll be able to just easily snap it back down in there. This one goes here, and once we're there, we put the switch back and pull it back and lock it so it can't be unplugged. From there, guys, now all we have left is to reinstall the spare tire and reinstall the tailgate. Guys, if you remember right, to put in the tailgate, it's the opposite steps what we did before. We're going to set it down here. We're going to feed the bigger connectors through first. We're going to get those down in there, feed the last little 3. They're all going to plug into the only places they can plug into, so you don't have to worry about screwing that up. You're going to stick the round in into this side first and then drop it into there once you get all that done. Other than that, once you get it plugged in, everything that inside the cameras and everything are going to come back on and work. And then, like I said, we're going to install those caps last on this video once I get the bed sprayed. So we're going to get this sprayed, get the tailgate on, and then snap the rings in, and that's the install, guys.